Good evening, you're now with me, Handy Gui for TVS Nightline, and here are the headlines for tonight. Sarawak government's stern action in terminating ineffective contractors is proving to be effective. Sarawak now considering the potential to develop crocodile-based ecotourism by examining Australia's strategies. The SUKMA 21 Command Center and mobile app has launched, enabling easy monitoring and access to info on SUKMA games. The Sarawak government's stern action to immediately terminate contractors who fail to commence work within a month and replace them with new contractors is proving to be effective. Deputy Premier of Sarawak, Dr. Amar Douglas Ugah stated that this action aligns with the Sarawak government's aspiration of achieving zero-sick projects in the region.
He added that it is the duty and responsibility of the government under Gabungan Party Sarawak GPS to provide quality services to the people and ensure that every project is completed on schedule.
So far, I think that ruling really keep our contractor on their toe. And kalau ada petanda-petanda and they have problem, we'll give a timeline and we don't hesitate to terminate them. Because the sooner we terminate the sick project, the better.
He said this after visiting the site of Sibu Jaya to Jalan Kong Yi Kim Road project in Sibu on Friday. The project is expected to be completed ahead of schedule in November this year, earlier than the original December deadline. Also present during the visit were Deputy Minister of MIPD, Dato' Aidil Lariwo, MIPD Permanent Secretary, Dato' Chiu Chi Yao, and Sarawak Public Works Department JKR Director, Dr. Cassidy Morris.
The Sibu Tanjong Manis Road project, which includes the construction of the Batang Rajang Bridge in the Sarike division, is set to significantly cut travel time between Sarike and Tanjong Manis. Deputy Premier of Sarawak, Dr. Amar Douglas Ugah said, once completed in March 2025, the travel time between the two destinations will be reduced to just 45 minutes compared to the current 2.5 hours.
This project will be very beneficial for people around here. We were told just now the current travelling time from Sarike to Tanjung Manis is about 2 hours sekarang. Sampai ke makan ni 2.5 hours, or 2.5 hours. Dengan siap jalan ini dan jambatan ini, Sarike to Tanjung Manis only 45 minutes. This new road also will open up all the land here for new economic activity, tourism for the people in this area, in around Sarike area.
Ugah, who is also the Minister of Infrastructure and Port Development, MIPD Sarawak, emphasized that the project will spur economic activities in both areas.
So, kita harap dengan ada jalan ini, ianya akan lebih mudah menaikkan status Tanjung Manis Port and also the economic activity surrounding those areas.
The project, costing over 321 million ringgit, is fully funded by the Sarawak government.
In another development, the construction of a new bridge across Batang Rajang in Kapit is now in the planning phase, with plans set for implementation. Deputy Premier of Sarawak, Dr. Amar Douglas Ugah stated that the bridge construction project has received green light from Putrajaya and will be fully funded by the federal government.
It's now being discussed extensively by Yang Berhormat Datuk Sri Alexander Intertinggi. And there is high probability that it will be financed by the federal government. The concept is already accepted. Now is planning stage.
Previously, in May, Works Minister Dato Sri Alexander Nantalingi said that the proposed bridge will be a part of the alternative route of the new alternative road connecting Sibu Division with Kapit Division. He said the new road will provide land transportation access to residents along Batang Rajang who were affected after express boat operation ceased following the completion of the existing Sibu Kapit Road in October 2021.
The Maybank Group on Friday handed over zakat from Maybank Islamic Berhad valued at 3.5 million ringgit to Tabung Baitul Mal Sarawak. Maybank President and Group Chief Executive Officer Datuk Khairul Saleh Ramli said the zakat contribution is aimed at supporting the welfare of the needy as well as for the region's development.
Ini yang kami lakukan setiap tahun. Jadi untuk tahun ini kami berzakat sebanyak RM3.5 juta dari syarikat-syarikat kumpulan Maybank. Ini ada banyak kenaikan berbanding dengan RM2.2 juta yang kami berikan tahun sebelum ini.
He was met after paying a courtesy call on Sarawak Premier Dato' Patinggi Tan Sri Abang Johari Tun Openg at Wisma Bapa Malaysia earlier today. During the meeting, he said Abang Johari also laid out Sarawak's path forward in terms of sustainability, clean energy and logistics.
Kami juga perlu reinforce our commitment untuk terus berkolaborasi dengan kerajaan Sarawak dan syarikat-syarikat di negeri Sarawak untuk terus mengembangkan ekonomi.
For the record, Maybank Group has 32 branches and 900 employees in Sarawak distributed across various services, including business banking.
To date, Bank Islam Malaysia Berhad, Bank Islam has allocated over 25 million ringgit in I-Tekat financing to empower the National Entrepreneur Development Agenda. Bank Islam Group Chief Executive Officer Dato' Muhammad Muazzam Muhammad said this involves more than 1,200 entrepreneurs, including 40 participants from Sarawak.
He said the group has signed a memorandum of understanding with the Sarawak Islamic Council on the expansion of Bank Islam's I-Tekat microfinancing program.
Program I-Tekat ini sebenarnya telah kami adakan di negeri-negeri lain dan juga di negeri Sarawak ini, tetapi MOU ini akan mengembangkan lagi, maknanya jumlah penyertaan dan juga sektor-sektor perniagaan usahawan-usahawan yang terlibat.
He was met after paying a courtesy call on the Premier Sarawak, Dato' Patinggi Tan Sri Abang Johari Tun Openg at Wisma Bapa Malaysia earlier today.
Kami juga telah memilih untuk membina satu hub latihan perniagaan kepada peserta I-Tekat Micro ini di negeri Sarawak ini, dan ianya akan dibantu oleh business coach yang akan kami lantik lah. Jadi besarlah harapan saya bahawa perniagaan yang Bank Islam yang telah kami bina selama 41 tahun ini telah juga mendapat sambutan daripada masyarakat di Sarawak, selain daripada kami dapat membantu mengembangkan ekonomi.
On Friday, Bank Islam presented 760,000 ringgit in zakat to Tabung Baitul Mal Sarawak, representing the income generated from its business activities in 2023. This is part of an ongoing effort where Bank Islam annually generates income from its business and consistently pays zakat in Sarawak throughout the year.
Sarawak is considering the potential to develop crocodile-based ecotourism by examining Australia's strategies for managing conflicts between humans and crocodiles. Sarawak Deputy Premier Dato' Amar Awang Tengah Ali Hassan said this region could turn crocodile-based tourism into a significant source of income for local communities while also managing the growing crocodile population.
The statement noted that on Thursday, Awang Tengah led a delegation to Northern Australia on a benchmarking mission focused on crocodile management and ecotourism in the region. Awang Tengah said the delegation visited the Adelaide River where they witnessed a crocodile jumping activity showcased to visitors. He is optimistic that such visits will provide the inspiration needed to drive conservation strategies and adopt Australia's successful crocodile-based ecotourism model as a blueprint for Sarawak. He added that Sarawak is keen to explore similar opportunities to sustainably benefit from its crocodile resources.
The 21st Sarawak Malaysian Games will be easier to monitor and access thanks to the launch of the SUKMA 21 Command Centre and mobile application. State Minister of Youth, Sports and Entrepreneur Development, Dato' Sri Abdul Karim Rahman Hamzah, announced that the SUKMA 21st Command Centre officially began operations on August 9 and will continue until September 28, facilitating the smooth execution of the SUKMA and Power SUKMA Sarawak 2024 events.
Jadi Command Center ini juga dapat membantu Sekretariat SUKMA memantau perjalanan SUKMA dan juga para SUKMA dan juga memantau isu-isu yang berlaku di kesemua 50 venue dalam 9 bahagian di negeri Sarawak. Venue-venue pertandingan di 9 bahagian sepanjang tempoh SUKMA dan juga para SUKMA.
Karim added that for this year's event, the SUKMA 21 mobile application was developed to provide athletes and the public with up-to-date information, news, result and medal tallies throughout the games.
Memandangkan SUKMA adalah satu tamasya yang amat penting. Saya berharap kalau dapat semua rakyat Sarawak memuat nurun supaya kita tahu apa yang berlaku daripada hari ke hari dan juga berapa pungutan pingat.
To further promote the spirit of sportsmanship, the Kuching Division Journalists Association, KDGA, will also organize a SUKMA 21st photography and video competition set to take place from August 12th to August 24th, 2024. The competition is divided into 3 categories: open photography, youth photography, and videography, with a total prize pool of 15,250 ringgit. Additionally, to acknowledge the efforts of the media covering the event, a daily best photo and best article contest will be held from August 16 to August 25th. Winners of the best photo and best article each day will receive a cash prize of 100 ringgit.
Sarawak is dedicated to ensuring the safety and security of all sporting venues during the upcoming SUKMA Games. Deputy State Minister for Youth, Sports and Entrepreneur Development, Dato' Gerald Rentab Jabu, announced that a special safety committee has been formed operating under the oversight of the Miri Residence Office.
Hari Isnin nanti saya akan memesyuarat dengan semua residen di bahagian-bahagian yang terlibat untuk mendapatkan feedback daripada mereka lah. Saya juga ingin memastikan keselamatan bukan saja untuk atlet kita dari Sarawak tapi juga atlet-atlet yang datang dari luar. Dan ini saya rasa pihak PDRM telah memantau dari segi feedback daripada Tuan CP Datuk Manca telah memberikan komitmen banyak petugas daripada PDRM akan ditempatkan di tempat-tempat venue-venue ini.
He was speaking to reporters after inspecting the SUKMA venues in Miri earlier today. Meanwhile, he mentioned that Sarawak's readiness stands at 99.9%, expressing satisfaction with the current progress of the preparations.
99.9. Poin satu lagi tunggu hari pertandingan.
Sebelum 16.
Tapi kita memang dah bersedia. Saya dengan Yang Berhormat Datuk Dr. Ripin telah melawat ke venue-venue di Miri ini dan kita berpuas hatilah dan melihat kepada persiapan venue pertandingan dan kita pun sekarang di tempat pelayaran kita pun juga melihat tim-tim dari negeri lain telah pun datang juga untuk berlatih di sini dan persiapan dari segi itu KDT ada di sini dan kita menyangka semua akan berjalan lancar lah sampai masa pertandingan nanti.
Among the venues visited by the Deputy Minister are the Miri Stadium, Miri Unity Stadium, IKBN Miri, Eastwood Valley Golf and Country Club, and Marina Bay. For the record, Miri will host 6 events for this edition of SUKMA, including sailing, rugby for men and women, fencing, karate, softball for men and women, and pencak silat. Meanwhile, Jared expresses strong confidence that the sports events in Miri Division will contribute significantly to Sarawak's gold medal tally. As the chef de mission of the Sarawak SUKMA contingent, he has complete faith in the abilities of Sarawak's athletes despite recognizing the fierce competition and challenges ahead.
Kita mengharapkan atlet kita memang dah bersedia untuk menyumbangkan emas kepada kontingen Sarawak lah. Saya yakin dan juga pasti daripada persiapan dari segi training mereka, kita akan mencapai lah target kita. Dan SDM kita termasuk Datuk Ripin juga akan menjaga beberapa sukan di Miri ini. Ini akan menyuntik semangat dan juga.
He also encourages the people of Miri to come out and support the Sarawak contingent at all the sports venues in the Miri Division.
Kita mengharapkan lebih lagi sokongan daripada warga Miri untuk datang beramai-ramai ke venue-venue yang ada seperti KBN, ada karate dan softball, juga di stadium tertutup, silat, stadium Miri, rugby, pelayaran dan juga di Iswood pedang, lawan pedang. Dan ini merupakan beberapa cara yang akan menyumbang kepada jangkauan emas kita lah.
Previously, Sarawak aimed to collect at least 70 gold medals in their quest for the 4th championship title at the 21st Malaysia Games SUKMA, scheduled to take place from August 17 to 24. Now, the Royal Malaysian Police PDRM is fully prepared to ensure that the 21st Malaysia Games will proceed smoothly and without any disruption to public order. Sarawak Police Commissioner Dato' Mancha Atta revealed that nearly 3,000 PDRM personnel will be deployed throughout the Games alongside officers from the Malaysian Volunteer Department and the Road Transport Department JPJ.
PDRM Penjuru Sarawak telah bersedia dengan sepenuhnya dalam menjalankan tugas kawalan keselamatan dan ketentraman sepanjang masa sukan Malaysia ini diadakan dengan mengatur gerak seramai 2,679 pegawai dan anggota petugas di lapangan melibatkan semua elemen PDRM. Penjuru Sarawak termasuk bantuan seramai 886 petugas daripada Jabatan Sukarelawan Malaysia iaitu ELA dan 25 petugas daripada Jabatan Pengangkutan Jalan atau JPJ dengan menumpukan penugasan kawalan keselamatan.
Mancha added that PDRM will also oversee all aspects of security and public order for VIPs, coaches, athletes, and the public at the sports venues, ceremonies, as well as parking areas and traffic routes at the competition locations. This year's SUKMA will gather a total of 12,619 sports officials and athletes from 15 contingents, including the contingent from Brunei Darussalam across 45 sports venues and 5 sports villages.
Sempena istiadat pertabalan ke bawah Duli Yang Maha Mulia Seri Paduka Baginda Yang di-Pertuan Agong ke-17 Sultan Ibrahim, Jabatan Museum Malaysia telah menganjurkan pameran Raja Kita yang akan berlangsung dari 26 Julai hingga 29 September 2024 bertempat di Galeri 1 dan 2 Jabatan Museum Malaysia. Jumpa anda di sana.
Hello there and welcome back. Now, the judiciary is urged to reconsider the High Court's decision in favour of Semantan Estate Sendirian Berhad or SESB in a dispute over the ownership of 263.272 acres of land in Mukim Batu, known as Duta Enclave, with the Malaysian government. Prime Minister Datuk Seri Anwar Ibrahim said, while the government respects the judiciary, a review is crucial from a legal standpoint, considering the principle of using land for public interest needs to be reassessed.
Tanah itu diambil untuk kemudahan awam daripada kerajaan dan sebagainya, bukan untuk swasta. Tetapi makin mungkin tertakluk pada undang-undang yang ada. Jadi saya akan cadangkan Ketua Menteri untuk melihat semula undang-undang ini. Kerana kalau prinsip ini digunakan, bagaimana dengan tanah-tanah rakyat yang dulu diambil sejak merdeka atau sebelum merdeka diambil untuk tujuan kerajaan, kemudian diambil alih oleh sektor swasta ataupun sektor swasta yang membeli tanah pertanian, kemudian minggu-minggu berikutnya tukar ke tanah industri. Jadi orang yang jual tu harga yang sangat rendah dan dapat sangat tinggi.
He said this after the launch of the guidelines on the management and governance of federal statutory bodies in Kuala Lumpur earlier today. He also stressed that while he understands the court's decision, the matter still needs to be thoroughly reviewed and reconsidered by the cabinet.
Malaysia is demonstrating its seriousness in combating human trafficking as part of its efforts to address human rights violations and maintain economic stability. Minister of Home Affairs Datuk Seri Saifuddin Nasution Ismail said the country is on the right track as reflected in the US Department of State's Trafficking in Persons report. Malaysia, which was ranked at the 3rd tier 3 years ago, is now at Tier 2 and aims to reach Tier 1 by next year.
Ini penting untuk memberi tahu kepada seluruh dunia bahawa di Malaysia tak ada tempat untuk orang memilih jenayah pemerdagangan orang ini sebagai habuan untuk dia mengaut keuntungan. Dia bawa orang asing bekerja, gaji tak bayar. Ya. Kemudian dengan segala penipuan, ya, tiada tempat tinggal yang munasabah, a decent living condition tak wujud, ya, diperas, dikurung dan sebagainya. Kita akan benteras habis-habisan dan itu komitmen yang kita beri. Ya, kerana itu dalam laporan itu yang mengandungi 8 perkara yang kita dinilai positif, 7 negara yang kita dinilai negatif dan 16 perkara yang diberitahu bahawa kita perlu laksanakan untuk menjadikan kedudukan kita lebih baik.
He emphasized that if not controlled, this issue could severely impact Malaysia's economy as products produced under conditions of human trafficking could face international sanctions, crippling the economy. This is particularly relevant to the plantation sector and other economic sectors where human trafficking practices could result in international bans, thereby harming the nation's economic standing. Saifuddin said this in his speech at the Swamusara event with the Ministry of Home Affairs at the Millennium Hall in Kepala Batas earlier today. Additionally, he highlighted the importance of school students participating in police cadet activities as it provides young people with awareness of such issues. These activities also serve as an early exposure to become disciplined and responsible members of society, understanding their duties as students and community members, and fostering unity among students of various ethnicities.
Japanese Prime Minister Fumio Kishida on Friday cancelled a 4-day trip to Central Asia following warnings of a possible mega quake. The country's weather agency said a huge earthquake was more likely in the aftermath of a magnitude 7.1 jolt in the south on Thursday, which left 14 people injured. Meanwhile, it was reported that some bullet trains between Tokyo and western Osaka are running more slowly as a precaution, so delays will be possible for about a week. Nuclear plants nationwide were also instructed by authorities to double-check their disaster preparations. At the same time, the Japanese word for hoarding was trending on social media platform X as people expressed concern about panic buying and urged each other to stay rational. Kishida was scheduled to travel to Kazakhstan, Uzbekistan, and Mongolia on Friday to attend a regional summit. However, he decided to remain in Japan for at least a week, citing his highest responsibility for crisis management. Addressing reporters, he acknowledged the public's anxiety following the Japan's Meteorological Agency's JMA first advisory issued under a new system established after the devastating magnitude 9.0 earthquake in 2011, which caused a deadly tsunami and nuclear disaster. While the JMA indicated that the likelihood of a new major earthquake is higher than normal, they clarified that this does not necessarily mean a major earthquake will definitely occur. Venezuelan President Nicolas Maduro has signed a decree to block access to the social media platform X, formerly known as Twitter, for 10 days. This action follows a public spat with the platform's owner, Elon Musk, and the two have been exchanging sharp remarks since Maduro was declared the winner of last month's disputed presidential election. Musk has labeled Maduro a dictator and a clown, while Maduro has accused Musk of inciting hatred, fascism, and civil war.
Por eso he firmado un punto de cuenta con la propuesta hecha por CONATEL, la Comisión Nacional de Telecomunicaciones, quien ha decidido sacar la red social X, antes conocida como Twitter, durante 10 días de circulación en Venezuela para que ellos presenten sus recaudos. Fuera X por 10 días de Venezuela.
Recent weeks have witnessed a surge in anti-government protests over the election results, leading to the arrest of hundreds of Venezuela's security forces. The election, held on July 28, has been labeled undemocratic by independent observers, and the main opposition claims to have substantial evidence showing that its candidate, Edmundo Gonzalez, won by a significant margin. President Maduro has alleged that the National Electoral Council, CNE, was subjected to a cyber coup during the election, accusing Musk of orchestrating an attack on his re-election efforts. However, the Carter Center, which was invited by the Venezuelan government to observe the election, reported finding no evidence of any cyber attack. In a speech broadcast on state television Thursday night, President Maduro announced that the social media platform X would be withdrawn from circulation by the state telecommunications agency. Meanwhile, ahead of the presidential election in Venezuela, Musk expressed his support for the main opposition party on social media, stating it is time for the people of Venezuela to have the chance for a better future. After the election results were announced, Musk alleged major election fraud by Maduro and criticized the incumbent leader, calling him a dictator and comparing his intelligence to that of a donkey. The National Electoral Council, CNE, declared Maduro the winner of the election, but has yet to release the official vote tallies. Meanwhile, the opposition, along with the governments of Brazil, Colombia, and Mexico, has called for the immediate release of these tallies. See the world closer with TVS as we bring you the latest news updates both locally and internationally. For more headlines, anytime, anywhere, just head on to our official website at tvsarawak.my or follow us on our social media platforms. Those were the updates on TVS Nightline. I'm Handy Gui. Thank you for watching. Have a good night.